If you want you choke, bitch, I want you choke, bitch, I want you choke, bitch, I see you dope, bitch, I want you choke, bitch, I'm at your throat, bitch, she murder road, bitch, I'm at your throat, bitch, she murder road, bitch, I'm at your throat, bitch, I fuck you deep, we fuck you hoes to sleep, we pull up in a Jeep, fuck you niggas creep. All T, all shade steep. 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 All T, all shade sheep. All T, all shade sheep. All T, all shade steep. 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 Bitch, I play red raw. 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 His mom still move back. Fucking at the racks up a sack. In the trash still moving dime sacks. Still. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I'd rather go win by Balmain. Spit 30 racks on the chain. Spit 30 racks on the chain. Bitch, we fuck you deep. We fuck these hoes to sleep. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. These hoes are so disposable. Whose disposable hoes are? I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. Fungible these bitches is. Fungible these bitches is. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. Fungible these bitches is fungible. Fungible these bitches is fungible. Fungible these bitches is fungible. Motherfucking fungible bitches up to the ceiling fungible. Six in the morning, I pull it up, one from the money, I try my salon, I shut down your party, I air out the shut, we drink out the water, we run through your doors, you suck across the border, I'm taking your motor, I bust on my rollie, I bust on my wrist, and I'm walking the class, and I'm taking your bitch, and you can't tell me nothing, your nigga but rich, and he say something stupid, I'm sending them hits, jumping this bitch, you go crazy, ayy, jumping this bitch, you go crazy, ooh, your diamond is so fugazi, ooh, your diamond is so fugazi, ayy. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. Hoes are so disposable. Whose disposable hoes are? I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. Hoes are so disposable. Whose disposable hoes are? We fuck these hoes so deep. We fuck these hoes to sleep. We fuck these hoes so creep. All tea, all shit steep. Bitch, I flip red raw. 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 Rather go up and buy my man. We don't charge about 40 bands. I'm in the trap and I'm shipping out hella packs. Diamond dance so crazy. Ooh, yo. like a knocking on the front door. Bitch cross came like a motherfucking phone. Post the post at the sicko. Now I got chips in the sicko. Now I got a wrist like an igloo. And it glow like a disco. Bend it up like a shoes untied. Side bitch still got an iPhone 5. Main bitch still got an iPhone 7. Still got a Uzi, bitch, Pro Mac 11. Still fucking nigga, man, bitch. Why I got my own bitch and I better still make it up to heaven.
I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. Who's the so responsible? Who's disposable hoes are? I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. Hoes are so disposable. Who's disposable hoes are? We fuck these hoes so deep. We fuck these hoes to sleep. We fuck these hoes so great. All shit steep.
All shade steep. All shade steep.
Bitch, I flip it wrong. 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 Ready to do it there for my man. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. All these bitches fungible. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. Hoes are so.
Look on, D-Rose.
Zeros.
100 on my wrist. Look on, 80 on my wrist. D-Rose. Hey. D-Rose. Hey. 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 100 on my wrist. 80 on my wrist. What? 100 on my wrist. 80 on my wrist. 100 on my wrist. 80 on my wrist. 100 on my wrist. 80 on my wrist. D-Rose. 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 D-Rose.
I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name.
And my auntie on P.O. Wrist, 80 on the break. Lil Paul never spend his money on a bitch. Never trust a nigga cause he acting like a bitch. Take a nigga bitch to the Motel 6.
Little pump never spend his money on a bitch. Little pimp never spend his money on a bitch. 80 on a 6, 80 on a 6. Little pump never spend his money on a bitch. I just fuck your bitch. I just fuck your bitch. I just fuck your bitch. D-Rose, 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 D-Rose. D-Rose, 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 D-Rose. D-Rose, 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 D-Rose. D-Rose, 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 D-Rose. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. Rather go win the Balmain. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I really get. Zero, 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 zero. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. 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 I'd rather go in Balmain. 100 shades on the red. Shape on fire, but the bitch is the same. Really bad tap with the winter with the sad. Then you get up in the morning, then you get up on a chick and I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I'd rather go up in Balmain than I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. The pregnant waitress like Boris Becker in a restaurant after his last batch ever. The pregnant waitresses, the pregnant some random waitress in a restaurant closet after my last tennis match ever. Boris Becker style, bitch. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I fuck a bitch, I forget a name. I'd rather go in Balmain.
I got junkies at the door. I got junkies.
junkies at the door.
Female degradation shuttle. If you come in this fucking shuttle, we will tell you what the fuck you are. We will fucking tell you straight up what we fucking think of you. Some women like it. They're very rare, but some women like it. They're tired of society kissing their ass, and they want someone to just fucking do them dirty and tell them what pieces of shit they are. And that's the service that we provide.
Big head on them. I just bought $1,000 Gucci pants. I just let the trap and I'm up the Zen. Bitch, I'm high, fuck, I feel like Superman. I'm the biggest flexer, you know who I am. I'm the youngest flexer. I'm the youngest flexer. I'm the youngest flexer, yeah. I'm the youngest flexer. 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 Look at my flexer. Put her on the stretcher. All these bitches acting extra. I just bought a Uzi.
I fuck a bitch, I forget a name.
I don't watch no movies. I go to the bank. Take out 30 things. 40 diamond chains. 60 bricks, I make it rain. And I'm eating wings. Stop posted in the trap. Little punk, don't know how to act. I just bought.
Hey guys, what's up? This is a video I do not wish to be making for this channel. I never wanted this channel to be about drama in any way, shape, or form, and I promise you, starting with the next video, we're going right back to teaching you productive things. This video, you can go ahead and skip by it if you want, because it's not going to teach you anything about pickup. But I do feel the need to make this video for two reasons. One, self-preservation, and two, legal obligation. Let me explain. You guys may have noticed some unusual activity on my channel in the last couple days here, like with the dislikes, right? You may have noticed videos that had, 80 dislikes suddenly have 3,000 dislikes within a day. That's a pretty unusual statistical anomaly. I'm not going to point any fingers or say anyone in particular is doing anything, but I'm just going to say that the statistical probability of that happening is incredibly low, so I think somebody has a hand in it. Simultaneously to that, there was something else that happened to my channel that you may not know about. I received this notification from YouTube. I'll put it up for a second. Essentially, Nicholas Cohen and Real Social Dynamics are claiming a copyright violation, a trademark violation on my YouTube channel. And they're claiming that they own trademark to Todd Valentine. They're claiming that I stole a bunch of money from them. And then they're claiming that I'm intentionally trying to mislead people that I'm working for Real Social Dynamics, and that if people buy things from me, that they're buying from Real Social Dynamics, i.e. I'm trying to leverage Real Social Dynamics as brand equity to as my own brand equity. I think it's very clear that I've done anything but that on this channel. It's very clear that, if anything, I've distanced myself very strongly from anything like that, so I think that's a pretty ridiculous claim. As far as the other claims, that claim of that large number that they're claiming that they're taking me to court for, point of fact, I took them to court, and that claim arose afterwards as a defense, or an attempted defense, for the things that they've done, and that defense will be proven to be an egregious lie. And then in terms of the trademark, Real Social Dynamics does not own that trademark, nor does Nicholas Co. It's actually in dispute. After our relationship was terminated, they filed for that trademark, and me and my attorneys are currently opposing that filing. So that trademark is not owned by anybody, but it's certainly not owned by them. I don't want to get into a lot of legal details. If you want those legal details, there is a court case in which there are the defendants, Nicholas Co., Owen Cook, Real Social Dynamics, and because there have been questions along these lines, I will say none of those defendants were added by accident. That's as far as I'll go in terms of saying anything along those lines. The only reason I do want to bring up the court case is for something that does concern you, and that's this. I've been getting a lot of emails about my former products, and a lot of emails about refunds. And specifically, people have been telling me that they tried to get refunds on my former products, and they were told by Real Social Dynamics that they didn't have the money. As in, the money had been, they were told it had been rerouted to my personal account and such things like that. That is false. No money has been rerouted into my personal accounts. It's in the Valentine Life account, at least to the best of my knowledge. However, that account was taken over against my will, and they are in possession of that account. So if you've been told you're not entitled to a refund or they don't have the money for a refund because of you need to contact me instead of them or something like that, that is false. That is an attempt. I won't say what it's an attempt to be, but that is a false statement. Okay? So just know that from a customer service level. It's not something I want to say, but I was a co-owner of Balmain Life, and people bought things with my integrity and my name on it, and then I was stripped of the ability to have any effect on that. And I believe still that I have an ethical and possibly even legal obligation to make people aware of those facts and make sure that people are getting money back if they're entitled to it, and at the very least, have all the facts. So it's very, very important to me that you guys have that. Okay, with that said, no more drama. I'm gonna cut this video off right here, and the next video that I put out will be a video that's actually going to help you guys. But I just want you guys to know, if the channel goes down, I want you to know where it's coming from. I want you to know kind of what I'm dealing with and what I'm going through. And hopefully putting this out there will not only help you guys to understand the truth and know what you're dealing with, especially for my former customers, but hopefully it will help me to not have quite as many things going on in sort of backhanded ways with my channel in the future. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. What's up, it's Todd, and today I'm going to talk about how to maximize your night. How to run your night or your day so that you get maximum results, maximum learning, maximum effectiveness in everything you do. See, I talk in a lot of my videos about how to maximize an interaction, how to make an interaction with a particular girl as good as possible. There's a lot that happens before the interaction, after the interaction, between interactions, that's going to massively affect your results as well. So let's talk about all of that right now. Step in any successful night game or day game session begins long before the session actually starts. Preparation, absolutely critical. What do they say? Failing to plan is planning to fail. Very, very true in game. So what can you do before you even go out? Well, you can do a few things. Number one, have your place prepared. Have alcohol, have your place prepared. These are fun things you can do, interesting things you can do with the girl.
This is night game, gentlemen.
Bars and cafes, places you can go to near your place.
Places you can fucking take her.
And have a plan to get
places you can fucking take her, dumbass.
Be actually prepared for sex. You don't want to get to the end of the night.
Are you fucking prepared?
No. Also, it just does something for mentality. When you know you have a condom in your pocket,
no, you have a condom, fuckhead.
You're prepared for sex, and that's going to lead mentally to much better things.
Mentally,
in terms of all that.
You gotta be fucking game tight mentally, bitch.
Play somewhat in day game. Think about the venue you're going to. Where are you going? How are you
going
to get in there? Who are you going to go with?
Access. You need access to these hoes.
At the right time of the night.
Then you need to build attraction.
Where if you
then
go
you need to
say,
follow through and
midnight,
close,
you're
bitch.
Have a long ass line. You'll get in at like 1:15. The club maybe closes at 2:30. Okay, all of a sudden, well, you killed half your night. Whereas if you'd gone at like 11:30 instead of midnight, you get straight in and you have like a whole night's game. So there's a lot of situations like this. There's also a lot of situations where having a little preparation, bringing some hoes out with you.
Yeah, bring some hoes out with you.
Going the bouncer can mean you get into a better venue. Going and figuring out some other way around the door can mean you get into a better venue. So there's a lot
you get in
of
better
preparation
venue, bro.
Having a good night.
Better.
And these things can make a huge difference. If you go
This
to a better
shit can
venue,
make a big
you're gonna
difference.
pull better girls. If you have a condom,
go to a better
you're gonna maybe get laid
venue.
with otherwise, if you have a plan for the pulling,
If you have a plan for the
you're gonna be a lot smoother when it comes to the end of the night.
You'll be a lot smoother, bitch. So
Plan
prepare,
to win.
bitch.
It's
I'm
gonna
fucking
make
bitch. I
a
forget a
big difference
name.
Whether you actually do win. The next component of having a successful night is determining for yourself what is success. Does success mean pulling a girl? Does success mean learning the maximum? Does success mean having the most fun? And these are three different types of nights you can have, and I actually recommend you occasionally have all three. Right? There are times when you want to go hard and you want to push for a result, because that's like in a sport, playing the sport the right way and playing for an outcome is being competitive and just you're going to get maximum learning in some ways from that. You're also going to get a lot of results from that. Playing to learn is important for the long run. If you're just going for success each night individually, you may get decent results night in, night out, but over 6 months or a year, you're not going to improve, and your overall results will be a shadow of what they could have been if you'd been actively improving. And then having
Actively
a fun night
improve,
occasionally
bitch.
is good, just to remind yourself that game is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be relaxing, and to maybe get you out of whatever maybe like habits and routines and rigidity you've developed. A lot of
Get you
times
out of
you're
those
doing
habits,
something
bitch.
because it works, and you're getting so competitive.
Do that
you
shit
keep doing
'cause it works, bitch.
And then having a fun night can allow you to throw
have a
out
fun
some
night,
of those things,
bitch.
allow you to have some freedom, some
Allow you that
creativity,
freedom,
and come up with
bitch.
some new material,
New
and
material,
things that are gonna
bitch.
be, more enjoyable for you and actually help
More enjoyable
and
for you,
get you out of
bitch.
that sort of robotic,
Get you out of that
stagnant mode
robotic
where
shit,
you get to
bitch.
go out a
We
lot,
fuck
and
these
then you
hoes
find
to
yourself,
sleep.
falling into ruts and habits.
Yeah, you find yourself falling
all
into
three
ruts,
nights
motherfucker.
are really, really good ideas.
Yeah, I
have.
mix up
What I
Todd
really
V
usually
and
recommend to
fucking
students is
RSD
to do a
and alpha
combination
male
night
strategies,
of the
and I put
learning
a
night
girl
and the
interrupter
success
shit
night.
all
So
over the
oftentimes
top
I'll
of
say,
it,
okay,
bitch.
let's work on
Yeah,
this particular
let's
sticking point
listen
for
to
the
this.
first part of the night, and do some exercises for that. And then as the night goes on, at some point we'll either decide, okay, now we're going hard and we're going, for success, or what will happen is, just by the nature of the night, they'll get into an interaction with a girl they really like, they'll be legitimately turned on, and they'll be motivated by their biology, their sort of like instinct to reproduce almost, that they want to have success in this particular case. And I think that's the best and most organic way for it to happen. But the beauty of this kind of night is that you're going to be learning every single night, so you'll be getting better and better and better, but at the same time you're getting a lot of success along the way, and you're also training the right way, because you have it in the back of your head that each and every set could possibly lead to sex, right? And so you really are playing the game the right way, instead of just going through the motions or being some kind of like esoteric theorist about game. You don't want that.
No.
Next question you want to ask yourself is, am I going for predictability and certainty, or am I going for pure quality or like highest result? And that's going to determine how long you stay in difficult sets, right? So if you're going for certainty, if you're talking to a girl and it's going kind of so-so, you should probably bounce and go talk to a different girl very, very quickly, right? Or if you screen that a girl's logistics are really bad, it's unlikely to be a pull, well, maybe take her number quickly, don't waste a lot of time, get on to the next, because that's the most efficient thing to do. On the other hand, if you're going for pure quality, you may want to stay in more difficult sets, especially if the girl's really hot or if you really kind of like her personality. Even if the logistics are bad, you may say, you know what, I'm just going to stick in here and deal with it. I'm going to try and figure it out. And that can be great in terms of getting higher quality girls. It can also be great in terms of getting more difficult lessons you wouldn't learn otherwise, right? It's kind of good for your character to sometimes stick it out and go for it regardless. But they are very distinct strategies, because if you are staying in difficult sets, if you are even approaching difficult sets intentionally, you are going to be lessening the amount of results you get in terms of girls you're taking home. So you need to know what your goal is for the night. You need to know what
they put that ace on the mound, bro.
And similar to the previous one, I think you should have a little bit of both. You should have some nights where you do just go like, I'm just going to get laid, and I'm going to like try and like play the night the right way for sex. And then you should have other nights where you're playing for like, I'm just going to go after the hottest girls, the ones I really want, even if they're in impossible situations, even if it looks hopeless, because there are lessons that come from that, and who knows, you may actually pull one off, and it's always great when you do. So again, that's another distinction. Final thing in terms of looking at goals for your night is actually thinking, what is your goal for the night? I.e., what is the challenge that you're setting for yourself? And this is very, very critical. If you set a challenge that's too difficult, you're just going to get frustrated. If you set a challenge that's too easy, you're going to be bored. Right?
I'd rather
So,
go
for
in
example,
by
if you're a guy that's
Balmain.
intermediate, and you set a goal, I'm just going to do 5 approaches tonight, that's probably too easy for you. Right? Probably approach anxiety is not that big of a deal for you. Just doing 5 approaches doesn't really challenge you, so you're not stimulated by it. On the other hand, if you're a guy with approach anxiety and you're like, I'm going to pull a 10 tonight, that's probably not going to happen either. And then you're just going to feel like you're failing and failing and failing. You're like, oh, I didn't pull that set, I didn't pull that set, I didn't pull that set. And that failure is actually going to be very negative for you. This game is technological, or is technical, but it's also psychological, right? So if you're feeling like you're losing and losing and losing, that's actually going to get you down on yourself, and it's actually going to hurt your game even on a technical level. On the other hand, if you feel like you're winning consistently, it's going to help your psychology and also help your game. So you want to set up goals where you are succeeding regularly enough that it's engaging and that you feel like you are succeeding. You actually get different physical chemicals in your body when you're winning. So set goals that are reasonable for yourself and set goals that are appropriate to your level for each night that you're out, so that you are winning.
Girl interrupter dating coach.
Feeling like a winner at the end of the night.
Girl interrupter dating coach.
You've accomplished something. You've learned something new at the end of every night. If each and every night you don't feel like you've either accomplished something or learned something, then that means you're setting your goals or running your night in the wrong way. The next important question in how to run your night is whether you should stay or leave in any particular interaction. And so to answer this question, I developed a bit of a tool, and I call it the EV model. Now, EV is a term from poker. It means expected value. And so what I mean here is that you have an expected value for any action that you take or any scenario that you're in. So, for example, when you go out in a night, you have an expected value. You're going to go out, say, for 4 hours. You know that in an average night, you'll get a certain number of numbers, or you'll get a certain number of pulls, or something like that. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is estimate your expected value for a night. Okay, have in your head some kind of estimate of what your typical average night is like. Now, by having that estimate, that gives you a tremendously powerful tool in evaluating whether to stay in an interaction or to leave. And that is compare your night with this interaction to compare it to your night without this interaction. Is this interaction increasing your expected value? Okay, so what I mean is this. Let's say that, let's say for like a really advanced guy, as an example, maybe your expected value, if you go out in a night, you're going to push hard, you're going to go 4 full hours, your expected value is you're probably going to pull a girl on average who's like about like an 8 or up, maybe about like 80% of the time. Something like that. That's like for a very, very advanced guy, right? You're going to pull a girl that's hot, maybe not a 10, but a hot girl the vast majority of the times you go out if you're going hard. Now, if that's your expected value in the night, and you're at the start of the night and you're talking to a girl who's like a 7, and it goes anything other than completely smoothly, you're probably wasting your time staying there. You probably should just grab a quick number and bounce, or even just say, hey, you know what, have a good night, maybe I'll bump into you later, and just go ahead and bounce. Because your expected value with that interaction added to the night is less, clearly, than your expected value in the night without that interaction. On the other hand, if it's like, 3:30 in the morning, almost closing time, with a super, super hot girl, and, you've had a good evening with her and she's starting to give you a little bit of shit, you definitely should stay in there because your expected value in the remainder of the night, the next 30 minutes, if you're going to go find another girl, has gotten considerably lower than it would have been with 4 hours. And also, you're with a girl that's above your normal standard, and things have gone well to a point. So you should stick in even if it's a little difficult. You should deal with the shit tests, kind of like grit your teeth, and decide I'm in this one for the long haul. I'm gonna figure it out. Like maybe say she's like, taking a cab to some faraway place, and you don't know if it's a good move. Well, in this case, it probably is the highest expected value move. But you wouldn't know either of those things without being able to compare to the night. So for example, for a newbie, like I gave that example for an advanced guy, a girl who's a 7 out of 10, giving a pretty decent set, but a little rocky at the start of the night. For a newbie, if he's average, like getting numbers from 6s, maybe a couple in a night, he should definitely stay in with that 7 and definitely like see where that goes and speculate on that interaction. So it's impossible to ask, should I stay with this girl in a vacuum? You have to ask, should I stay with this girl in comparison to my other opportunities, right? And so that implies you need to have some estimate of your sort of value for a night, or if it's day game, some estimate of your value for a day game session, or value for your time if you want to as well. In day game, value for your time working, right? Comparing it to a different kind of expected value. So that's how you make an intelligent decision. Now there's a couple of interesting implications of this. First one is that early on in the night, you should be very willing to leave interactions quickly, right? If it's not looking great, you have a very high expected value in the night, and taking a lot of time up with this interaction is usually lowering that expected value if it's a very negative interaction, right? Also, your expected value for that interaction is lower based on the fact that it's early in the night in and of itself. Later on in the night, the expected value model will tell you that your expected value for the night, excluding the set, is much lower, and so you should tend to stay in more. Also, your expected value later in the night for a given set that is actually like, interacting with you and is going relatively well has gotten higher because you're closer to
my man's a computer,
common
bro.
time in the night when people are going home from the bar.
Computer.
So that's an interesting sort of thing that's going to happen there. The other thing is